doing today? Good? Good, man. I'm also just celebrating 8 years in Australia. I've actually been living here 8 years, and yeah, thanks, man. I'm actually really starting to feel like I'm an Australian. I say that because I noticed I don't get angry when my boss calls me a sick cunt. I've come to realize that's a term of endearment. I mean, 8 years ago, I would have been like, why is this guy calling me a diseased vagina? I work in the construction industry. It's weird. Weird stuff like that happens a lot. I did one of those anti-harassment and discrimination modules for the website I'm working on. And it covers stuff like, abusive and racial language. I mean, this is for a construction site in Australia, dude. I mean, it's the most redundant, pointless shit I've ever done in my life. Honestly. I mean, dude, I've been called a black cunt at least 8 times this week. And the worst part about it is that the guy that called me a black cunt is blacker than me. That's fucking Sudanese, the black cunt. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking nerve. I love Australia, man. I love being here. It's very different. I come from a country called Malawi. Yeah, there never gets any more who's from the crowd. Thanks. It's a bit late, but anyway. Let me help you guys out. Malawi is the country where Madonna adopted. So you guys looking for some kids, I can hook you guys up. You guys want some black babies? I can hook you guys up. I got Madonna twins, I can get you twins. So like a buy one, get one free kind of deal. Because kids are cheap in my country, you know what I mean? They're cheaper than my kids, they're about 3/5 the price. Legal. Yeah, because kids are cheap in my, because Malawi is one of the poorest countries in the world actually. Malawi is what Donald Trump, remember when he was like, and they come from shithole countries. He was referring to countries like Malawi, And don't sit there and judge me, dude. I've been to Werribee, bro. Half of Werribee is a zoo and the other half is a sewer plant. It's literally a hole with shit in it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Malawi is different, and it's hard to explain to Australians how different Africa is, like how different Malawi is compared to here, to Australia. I mean, for starters, our homeless people don't drink soy lattes. But yeah, it's a whole different, and it's a very peaceful country, you know what I mean? It's like, there's little pockets of violence here and there, I mean, but it's not bad. I mean, there was like this one incident where this woman assassinated her 2 kids, small, she paid for someone to kill the 2, no, I'm the one that paid, I paid for both abortions. It was rough times, I mean, I'm just saying. But they're very open, it's a very good company, they believe in women power, so it's good, You don't like that one, huh? But at least I was a gentleman, you know what I mean? You guys are good at the back there? Woo, good. I can't hear you guys, Laugh out loud, So people often wonder like how I ended up here in Australia. It's a bit of a long story, but we're in Storyville, so I'll tell the story. I ended up here, I say because of love, but the truth is I got an Aussie girl pregnant. And though she's Australian, so this is going to be a long story, there's not going to be a lot of laughs, it's going to be a whole thing, yeah? She's Australian, but she's actually born in Finland. And there's something about the Finnish culture that's very different from African culture. Like they're very like simple the way they live. They're not showy people. They're very frugal with money and stuff like that. And where she lived in Africa, she was working on these projects. She was an environmental scientist, and she lived in the villages, working on these very rewarding projects, but living a very simple life. And then then I got her pregnant, and then she was like she wanted to have the baby here in Melbourne. Now, I have ADHD and I'm a bit of an idiot, so I didn't do any research about this. So when she was like, we're going to move to Melbourne and we're going to live in this place called Toorak. Now, that means a lot to you guys, but to me in Africa, it meant jack shit. And then she says, it's going to be a nice place and we can go to Toorak village. And that's when I started getting like a bit like disheartened. I was like, this bitch is going to take me out of Africa and put me straight into an Aboriginal village. I know that. I can see it happening, but I'm black, they're black, we're gonna get along, I'll get down with the natives. And so what happened is I ended up moving here, yeah? And when I got here, we ended up going to an apartment in Chapel Street, which belonged to my in-laws in South Yarra. And I'm excited, I've got my newborn son, I'm hugging this guy, but at the same time I'm looking around like, this is nice. This is fucking nice green house and shit like that. I'm like, this is not bad. Then we went down to the car park. Dude, there was like Aston Martins, Lamborghinis. My in-laws, they drove like a Holden Commodore. Finnish people. They're simple. That's how they are. Me, I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? Then we went to this Toorak village. No black people. And I was like, nice. Seriously, do you know how shocked I was to come here to Australia and find out that Australia does not belong to black people and that actually Australia belongs to the Chinese. That's it to fuck me up a bit, Now here's why I'm an idiot. This is why the ADHD brain, because at no point did it cross my mind that my in-laws and my ex are rich. You know what I mean? It just didn't, because they're Finnish people, they're not showy, the way they dressed, very frugal with money. In fact, I actually thought they were struggling a bit, you know what I mean? Because Africans, we built different. Africans, you give us just a little bit of money, motherfucker, you're gonna know. You're gonna know we got money. I know a guy, a black dude, who lives, he actually rents a shared apartment in Footscray. And he drives a brand new Range Rover. That's how Africans operate. So in my stupid brain, I just concluded that, you know what? This is just how all the Australians live. We just like that. Everybody is richer. That's just me being a stupid, dumbass ADHD brain, right? So now what happens was, I was on cloud 9. Because now I started phoning people in Africa, making promises I can't keep. I told my dad straight away, like, Dad, we hit the jackpot here. Honestly, seriously, Dad, that Toyota that you drive, get rid of it. I'm gonna get you a Range Rover, honestly, you know what I mean? It's on me, I was on cloud 9 for about 3 days, until I visited my cousin in Tarnate. Yeah. Then, 2 things hit me really hard. Number 1, my in-laws were actually rich, and I'll never get a dime of their money because they're so stingy. And number 2, 8 years later, and there's still some Africans waiting on their Range Rovers. Guys, that's my time. My name is Bobby.